Love, love, love. Unity, unity, unity. Community, community, community. Family, family, family. Peace, 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 peace. Love, 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 love. Unity, 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 unity. Community, 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 community. Family, 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 family. Peace, love, unity, community, and family. It is December 15th, 2024, 7:01 a.m. Today, I'll be reading from the Alchemist again. And before I get started, I want to read this what my beautiful wife got me today. She said, "Joshua, I love you." Oh. This is for all the days I forgot to tell you how truly incredible you are and how much you mean to me. This is for all the days that slipped by without the kind of kisses that reflect our love. This is for all the days of memories and shared feelings that words sometimes simply can't express. My handsome husband, Joshua Tru Hicks. I love you so much. Baby, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so blessed to be your wife. You are a true gift from the Most High, and the world is in the palm of your hands. Palm of your hand. For your heart is like no other. Joshua, you are so brave, smart, full of life and precious energy. This is a light of joy for those you cross paths with, such as me and my family. All strive to be the best. You are one of a kind. Joshua, this is for all the days, all the ways I love you with all my heart. Love your wife, Dion. That was beautiful. So go ahead, subscribe to her channel, Dion's Life. That's Dion's Life, DIONNE''S Life. So now let's get into The Alchemist. Okay. He decided to wait until the sun had sunk a bit lower in the sky before following his flock back through the fields. 3 days from now, he would be with the merchant daughter. He started to read the book, and he had bought. On the very first page, he described a burial ceremony, and the names of the people involved were very difficult to pronounce. If he ever wrote a book, he thought he would present one person at a time, so that the reader wouldn't have to worry about memorizing a lot of names. When he was finally able to concentrate on what he was reading, he liked he liked the book better. The bird was on a snowy day, and he welcomed the feeling of being cold. As he read on, an old man sat down at his side and tried to strike up a conversation. What are they doing? The old man asked, pointing out the people in the plaza. Working, the boy answered, dryly, making it look as if he wanted to concentrate on his reading. Actually, he was thinking about shearing his sheep in front of the merchant's daughter, so that he could see that he was someone who was capable of doing difficult things. He had already imagined the scene many times. Every time the girl became fascinated with when he explained that the sheep had to be sheared from back to front. He also tried to remember some good stories to relate as he sheared the sheep. Some of them he had read in books, but he would tell them as if they were from his personal experience. She would never know that difference because she didn't know how to read. Meanwhile, the old man persisted in an attempt to strike up a conversation. He said that he was tired and thirsty, and he asked if he might have a sip of the boar's wine. The boy offered his bottle, hoping that the old man would leave him alone. But the old man wanted to talk, and he asked the boy what book was he reading. The boy was tempted to be rude and moved to another bench, but his father had taught him to be respectful of the elderly. So he held out the book to the man for two reasons. First, that he himself wasn't sure how to pronounce the title, and second, that if the old man didn't know how to read, he'd probably feel ashamed and decide of his own accord to change benches. Hmm, said the old man, looking at all the sides of the book as if it was some strange object. This is an important book, but it's really irritating. The boy was shocked. The old man knew how to read and had already read the book. And if the book was irritating, the old man had said the boy still had time to change it for another. It's a book that says the same thing almost all the other books in the world say. Continued the old man. It describes people's inability to choose their own personal legends. And it ends up saying that everyone believes that world's greatest lie. What's the world's greatest lie? The boy asked, completely surprised. It's this, that at a certain point of our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. That's the world's greatest lie. That's never happened to me, the boy said. They wanted me to be a priest, and I decided to become a shepherd. Much better, said the old man, because you really like to travel. He knew what I was thinking. The boy said to himself. The old man, meanwhile, was leafing through the book without seeming to want to return it at all. The boy noticed that the man's clothing was strange. He looked like an Arab, which was not unusual in those parts. Africa was only a few hours from Tarif. One had only to cross the narrow straits by boats. Arabs often appeared in the city, shopping and chanting their strange prayers several times a day. Where are you from? The boy asked. From many places. No one can be from many places, the boy said. I'm a shepherd, and I have been to many places, but I come from only one place, from a city and an ancient castle. That's where I was born. Well then, we could say that I was born in Salem. The boy didn't know where Salem was, but he didn't want to ask. Fearing that he would appear ignorant, he looked at the people in the plaza for a while. They were coming and going, and all of them seemed to be very busy. So what does salam mean? Salam, light, he asked, trying to get some sort of clue. At that point in our lives, everything is clear. At this point in our lives, everything is clear and everything is possible. They are not afraid to dream and to yearn from everything they would like to see happen to them in their lives. But as time passes, a mysterious force begins to convince them that it would be impossible for them to realize their personal legend. None of what the old man was saying made much sense to the boy, but he wanted to know what the mystery force was. The merchant daughter would be impressed when he told her about that. It's a force that appears to be negative, but actually shows you how to realize your personal legend. It prepares your spirit and your will because there is one great truth on this planet. Whoever you are, or whatever it is that you do, when you really want something, it's because the desire originates in the soul of the universe. It's your mission on earth. Even when all even when all you want to do is travel, or marry the daughter of this textile merchant. Yes, or even search for treasure. The soul of the world is nourished by the people's happiness and also by unhappiness, even envy and jealous. To realize one personal legend is a person only real obligation. All things all things are one. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. They were both silent for me, observing the plaza and the townspeople. It was the old man who spoke first. Why do you tend a flock of sheep? Because I like to travel. The old man pointed to a baker standing in his shop, window at the corner of the plaza. When he was a child, the man wanted to travel too, but he decided first to buy his bakery and put some money aside. When he's an old man, he's going to spend a month in Africa. He never realized that people are capable at any time in their lives of doing what they dream of. He should have decided to become a shepherd, the boy said. Well, he thought about it. The old man said, but bakers are more important people than shepherds. Bakers have homes while shepherds sleep out in the open. Parents would rather see their children marry bakers than shepherds. The boy felt a pang in his heart, thinking about the merchant's daughter. There was surely a baker in her town. The old man continued, in the long run, what people think about shepherds and bakers becomes more important for them in their own personal legends. The old man leafed through the book and failed to read in the page he came to. The boy waited and then interrupted the old man just as he himself had been interrupted. Why are you telling me all this? Because you are trying to realize your personal legend. And you are at the point where you are about to give it all up. Excuse me. And that's when you always appear on the scene. Not always in this way, but always appear in one form or another. Sometimes I appear in the form of a solution or a good idea. At other times, at a crucial moment, I make it easier for things to happen. There are other things I do too, but most of the time, people don't realize I have done them. The old man related that the week before, he had been forced to appear before a miner. He had taken the form of a stone. The miner had abandoned everything to go mining for emeralds. For 5 years, he had been working at a certain river. He had examined hundreds of thousands of stones looking for emerald. The miner was about to give it all up, right at this point when, if he were to examine just one more stone, just one more, he would find his emerald. Since the miner had sacrificed everything to his personal legend, The old man decided to become involved. He transformed himself into a stone that rolled up to the miner's foot. The miner, with all the anger and frustration of the 5 fruitless years, picked up the stone and threw it aside. But he had thrown it with such force that it broke the stone and fell upon, and there, embedded in the broken stone, was the most beautiful emerald in the world. People learn early in their lives what is the reason for being, said the old man, with a certain bitterness. Maybe that's why they give up on it so early too. But that's the way it is. The boy reminded the old man that he had said something about hidden treasures. Treasures are uncovered by the force of flowing water, and is buried by the same currents, said the old man. If you want to learn about your own treasures, you will have to give me a 1/10 of your flock. Everybody gets some money from me. What about 1/10 of my treasure? The old man looked disappointed. If you start out by promising what you don't even have yet, you will lose your desire to work towards getting it. The boy told me that he had already promised to give 1/10 of his treasures to Gypsy. Gypsies are experts are ex- Gypsies are experts at getting people to do that, sighed the old man. In any case, it's good that you have learned that everything in life has its price. This is what the wars of the light try to teach. The old man returned the book to the boy. Tomorrow, at the same time, bring me 1/10 of your flock, and I will tell you you have to find the hidden treasure. Good afternoon. And he vanished around the corner of the plaza. The boy began again to read his book, but he was no longer able to concentrate. He was tense and upset because he knew that the old man was right. He went over to the baker and bought a loaf of bread, thinking about whether or not he should tell the baker what the old man had to come from the Levant at the eastern end of the Mediterranean. Hmm. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Gotta stretch out right quick. But I'll be back on later on. That's for sure. So thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that share button. We're going from 1 share to 10 shares, 10 shares to 100 shares, 100 shares to 1,000 shares, 1,000 shares to 10,000 shares, 10,000 shares to 100,000 shares. Then from 100,000 shares, y'all know the rest is 1,000,000 shares. And it all starts with you. So appreciate your support. Go ahead and tap into Dion's life as well. Until next time, y'all. Peace, 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 peace.